So today we're out and about in Sea Point at a really cool place called The Press for another episode of The Hustle Never Sleeps. It's the Queen's edition. And of course today I have yet another queen, a beautiful, talented woman. This is actually something that's been on my bucket list for quite some time. To be able to interview the fabulous Sammy Sosa, otherwise known as Samantha Lehoko. And we're going to chat about her journey, the things that set your heart on fire, the pursuit of her passions throughout her life. Thank you so much, Sam, for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. I've actually been really excited about this, looking forward to it. Yes. And I know it's been a really long time coming, so thank you.
It has, yes. And I'm just glad that we can be in such close proximity because, of course, you've moved to Johannesburg and done your thing that side. But I know you from before then.
Of course.
I saw you on campus radio. We used to pass each other every other day. But then all of a sudden you were this big superstar and I was like, oh my God, I know someone famous.
Oh my gosh.
What was that journey like for you?
Well, you know, maybe if I had to take it back to even before my career started, you know, my parents really wanted me to be a journalist. They wanted me to be a reporter dodging bombs and doing,
Your parents wanted this for you.
And, you know, of course, my plan was to go to Rhodes University and study there and start, you know, a career that way. But somehow, you know, things just kind of happened naturally where I was doing campus radio, like you said. I had a lot of fun and, you know, it was very weird because I didn't even study at UCT.
You didn't? You just pitched up and you were like, okay.
Yeah. And I kind of, you know, one thing that I think I'm really proud of at UCT Radio was the fact that I treated it like a commercial radio station.
Of course.
Whereby I brought, you know, some of the biggest artists to the radio station, you know. And I believed in playing new music. I played music that people loved. And I just wanted the show to be very open-ended and natural, you know. And, you know, after some time, it was a very long time before I actually went into proper commercial radio. I started at one of the biggest youth stations in the country.
Yes.
And that was probably the start of my career.
Yeah. But the cool thing about that is that you got a phone call, next weekend you were gone. And we were like, Sam is on her way to stardom right now.
Well, it was also, you know, it came at a very funny time because I had just had my son. He was about 3 years old. My partner and I had just bought a home. And like after about a week of living in there, I had to move within 2-3 days. You know, that very same week I had to move. So it came at, you know, a very unexpected time. But of course, you know, I couldn't say no. I mean, this was the beginning of real stardom, if I could call it that.
You can call it that.
And of course, I didn't know what was in store for me because I had never lived in Johannesburg. I'd never been part of the industry. I had no one to go with me, and I didn't know anybody. You know, and that was a really, really exciting time for me. You know,
tough time at all?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, like I said, I didn't know what the future, you know, was going to entail. But of course, you're going into the big bad world. You're going into the city of gold.
Igoli.
And your eyes are all eyes are on you at this time. So, as fun as and exciting as it was also very scary.
Yeah.
I was really scared. Are we allowed to swear on this thing? No.
We'll beep it out if you do. If you happen to slip out a word, it's okay.
Yeah. But exciting times. That was the beginning of my career.
That's incredible. And from there, you honestly just went from strength to strength. For those of you who don't know, Samantha is a television personality as well as a radio host and a singer quite recently. Yeah. You've literally got a CV that's endless, right?
Yeah, I think, you know, if you look at a lot of people in the career, or in the industry rather, there are people who do multiple things, you know. There are people like myself who present on TV and radio, but also do a bit of music. I do a lot of public speaking, motivational speaking, emceeing, hosting, and things like that, and business as well. But the trick is that you can't be a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Yeah.
And also, if you're good at something, just stick to it. There are people who, I mean, with all due respect, are known, you know, to be rappers and DJs and artists, and now they do what I do. They've taken my job. Wow, you know. And I've never, you know, been emotional about it or, you know, felt disrespected. But I kind of feel like, you know, the
Stay
industry,
in your lane.
Exactly, and the industry is about different people doing different things holistically, you know, and everything needs to be interconnected. And there's a time and a place for you to play as a DJ. There's a time and a place for me to MC. There's a time and a place for you to sing. You can't have all the shine, and it's not even about the shine. It's about doing what you're really good at, identifying your strengths and your weaknesses.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
going for that.
And I mean, if you look at the beginning of my career, it was very fast paced. I was hot like for a very long time, you know.
If I do say so myself.
You know, if I do say so myself. And, you know, went from the youth station, usually people go from TV to radio. I went from radio to TV.
Yeah.
So went to the youth station, did work on television in a very short space of time as well. Moved within a year to Metro FM, and I was part of the big bad SABC, you know. But very, very fun. I mean, of course, it's a national station, so now we're reaching out to not just people in Gauteng, but everywhere around the country, you know. And you know, I think if I had to look back and look at where I am now, of course I'm not doing as much work, and I've left a lot of institutions, and it's been like that for, well, I did it for a very good reason, you know. I mean, maybe you have other questions with regards to controversy and all the big bad things that have been written about me.
Well, for me, I feel like authenticity is the name that I live by. And I feel like that's honestly what you push out there in everything you do. And yes, controversy happens. Your name gets trended on Twitter. But yeah, I'm not here for that. You know what I mean? I'm here to find out what your journey is all about, because this isn't a stage to kind of defend yourself. I don't think you need to. I think what you do speaks for itself.
Well, you know, there's a very good friend of mine who I was talking to about with regards to my future and where, you know, I'm heading.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, as much as I have a very, very strong fan base and I've got followers who are die hard, you know, the Sosa hive is quite hectic.
I've checked out your comment section.
But you know, there's people out there who don't really know the real Sam, my likes, my dislikes, you know, when I'm happy, when I'm sad. I think the one mistake that I made in my career is that I never really established my online presence. What I do on Twitter, and I mean, I'm not giving advice to anybody, but this is something that I've learned from, is that on Twitter, I just respond to my mentions. I'm not like other celebrities who are forever, you know, being opinionated and commenting on everything and trying to be intelligent or not, whatever, you know. So people,
you just show fan love.
Yeah. So if ever I should come out with something really profound or something really controversial, people, you know, are not taken aback by that because they've never seen it before or never heard it. You know. So I think my plan now is to just show people the other sides of me, you know.
Please do.
Because, of course, you know, everybody knows that I'm a mother. They know I love champagne. They know I love ink. They know that I love TV and radio. They know I love fashion. But they don't know other things, like my recently found, you know, spirituality. I've stopped drinking. My sobriety is a big part of me right now. And it's a challenge for me because yes, I'm a woman. Yes, I love going out. I love partying. Yes, I love having fun. Yes, I am hot property sometimes.
Most times.
And in the industry, we're all enticed by materialistic, frivolous things.
Of course.
We're enticed by alcohol. We like, you know, being in the limelight. We like things. So something like being sober is also it's going to be a challenge for me. It's going to be an obstacle for me that I have to overcome in the industry. I'm not saying it's difficult. It's really not.
But when you put in a hot spot of people around you drinking and partying all the time, it's hard to step out and be like, no thank you to that bottle of champagne.
Yeah, and of course people, you know, they've already made up their mind about you.
Exactly.
What I've learned, you know, in the industry is that people never look beyond the surface. They look at you from a distance, even if they, you know, within close proximity of you. They've already made up their mind that you are this, that, and the other. But, you know, getting to know somebody, sitting down, having a conversation with them, finding out what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what their likes are, what their dislikes, those things actually is what makes the industry. That's how we build relationships. That's how we network with one another. That's how we use each other for, not in a bad way. I mean, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Exactly, you know. So there's a lot of things that I've learned within this very short space of time within the industry.
And I'm so excited for your future, Sammy. I mean, you're wearing the glasses because you know your future's bright. The next 5 years for you is going to just escalate even more if it possibly could.
Well, I'm glad that somebody else is excited, or just as excited as I am.
Yeah.
There's really cool projects that I've got lined up. I'm going to be shooting a cooking show very, very soon.
Yes,
in a beautiful Senton apartment. It's called How to Make Love in the Kitchen.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'd like to tap into more music. I've been working with a lot of producers and other artists. I have some really cool ideas. And neo soul is, one of my favorite genres ever.
You and me both.
Definitely. So music, definitely more television. I've of course left a lot of institutions just to also find myself and get back to basics and just find out what it is that I really want to do and how I can make my fans happy.
Yes.
And also, inspire, young, beautiful women and men as well. Because we're in a world where the possibilities are endless. If you're a photographer or graphic designer, of course we can work together. And
call her up.
That's definitely a message that I think people need to be aware of. Yes, of course, call me up. And of course, I think it's important for me to just tell people to keep on the lookout. Watch out for really cool things that I'm about to do. I don't obviously like revealing everything until the time.
You need to keep people waiting and wanting, for sure.
And there's people who they talk about all these wonderful things, and then we're like, hello.
But where is the
What's
evidence?
happening? Hello, we've been waiting. So music, TV, definitely more radio, traveling. And one of the things I'd love to also do is find love. I hate love. I think love is shocking. But I'd like to find.
I'm gonna hook up with one of my friends.
Please.
I'm coming for you. Don't worry.
Definitely. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And Sammy, one thing that I absolutely admire about you is the fact that you're pushing something different in the industry. You're opening it up for women who may not be, again, no shade at Bonang, but may not look and act and have a thing like Bonang, right?
Yeah.
The whole look of yours is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
What would you say to women who maybe are aspiring to be like you, aspiring to be made different like your show was about?
Yes, of course.
And just aspiring to pursue their passions?
Well, I think, I'd like to think that I've been pretty authentic and honest about who I am from the get-go. I don't watch other shows, I don't listen to other radio shows, I don't follow other people, because when am I going to have time to focus on my own growth and what I really am meant to become, So whatever it is that you'd like to become, if you're really good at it and passionate about it, then the sky's the limit. But you obviously have to identify what those strengths are, what those weaknesses are, what you're passionate about. Because doing something that you're passionate about and that you love, feels like a hobby.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like
you're working.
It's so effortless, and you enjoy it so much more. So to all the women and men out there, especially to the women, yes, be independent. I've always stressed that being independent is so important. Paying for your own things, making decisions on your own, thinking about what is important to you. My son is tremendously important to me, and that's my motivation. You need a motivation in your life.
Can I just say, you got to watch out. I'm this close to sealing Carabello.
Hey man, I'm sure there's a queue somewhere out there for that guy. But if you have a motivation, it makes things 10 times much more easier.
Yeah.
Well, that English was bad.
I get your point though. Sometimes English disappears, but I completely understand where you're coming from.
I mean, there's not really much I can say. I think that it's incredible that people do look up to me and have a connection, and that's how my career has been. Is that when I'm on radio or TV, I'm talking to one person, and if you can connect to me and feel as though I'm talking to you, which I'm doing, then
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's literally it.
Well, I can say for one, I'm completely inspired by you and your journey. And as I said before, I'm so excited to see where you're headed.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Carissa.
Thanks,
and you as
Sam.
well. I mean, I should be interviewing you, actually.
What?
There's a lot of things I could be asking you. So
next time you're in
so
Cape
much.
Town,
No,
we can
definitely.
come through.
Definitely.
This is Good Hope FM.
Turn them radios up.
Connecting Cape Town.
Thanks for watching another episode of The Hustle Never Sleeps, the Queen's Edition with Miss Sammy Sosa. If you do want to catch previous episodes, please click over here. And if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which I highly recommend, please click over here.
Oh, okay. Make sure you click.
Please
so
do.
listen, I mean, just to end off, Carissa, this has been really exciting. Of course, YouTube is big out there. People do spend most of their days on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm going to be releasing a couple of visual, blogs. for you guys at home to obviously check out as well, visual and textual, just to make things a bit more personal, be off the TV screens. Now you can watch me literally whenever you want, at any time of the day. And of course, doing things like this, on TV or with videos and things like that, it makes things a little bit more exciting and fun and natural
personal.
And personal, of course. You know? So do look out for that. But other than that, this is me, and I think I've always been the same from beginning to end. And so is this lovely lady. That's why I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
This has been lovely.
No, it's been really, really cool. Are we still
I was still rolling.
rolling? You must get the legs. This one's legs. Definitely had to get the legs in.